Hi, welcome to our next chapter or section on line of business application development using Universal Windows Platform applications. My name is David Kelly. I'm the CTO for Zenza and a Microsoft MVP. So first, we've talked about Azure earlier, but in this section, we're really focused on databases in the cloud. So SQL Azure, how to use SQL Azure, and the various related components connected with that. So we're going to talk about how to integrate it with the Universal Windows Platform, and that's you'll see in the applications, the samples that are provided in this section, that whole path from creating the databases, integrating with Universal Windows Platform applications, and building a finished application. So how we integrate with Universal Windows Platform applications is we're going to be using those REST APIs that Azure provides. And then we're also going to be talking about ASP.NET Web REST API services, as well as in our two samples. So that's the pain-free data management in Universal Windows Platform. That's the first sample. And then the next sample is actually the databases. So it's actually two projects that kind of work together. So there's the database project and then the application project. And in the context of SQL Azure, you have in Azure databases, there's a number of things we can consume in addition to that. Things like DocumentDB, which is another kind of database, simple database system in Azure, as well as Azure Storage. So that's with files like blob storage, which is another form of file storage or binary file storage for Azure. And there's differences in why you might use blob storage over a database. So blob storage might be with binary files. Maybe it's videos, images, things like that. You're not necessarily going to want to shove all that stuff into SQL Azure. The samples will talk about files, queues, tables, and then the same way we might integrate that with Azure Machine Learning through APIs and other components like that. So go ahead and follow the instructions for those samples, and you should be able to start using Azure databases in your applications for the Universal Windows Platform.